Hello again, it's Joey John Maguire. Another steamy hot day in London. I think it's going to be about 28 degrees today. I'm in my favourite local Fulham watering hole. It's the Cock Tavern, which is a Young's retro style pub restaurant, complete with sun trap for a garden. Wonderful retro pub, as I say, with fine staff. Not pretentious at all. That includes the customers. And good food, good ale. You couldn't wish for better. You should come along and see it. There's the advert for my favourite pub. I'm about to recite my latest poem, which I always write early in the morning as I'm nocturnal, onwards of midnight. It's called Until I Scream Enough. Another anxious night, living out the cold creep of fear as other people's past actions overwhelm my beings, in conflict with my intentions as I constantly find myself picking up the tab, for always there is a heavy price to pay. I am ill, slow, draining ill, the kind that leaves a stain like the marks left on a dam by a lake pushing upwards against its blockage. I am stuck in a nightmarish repeat like an old scratched gramophone record belting out my least favourite song, and I am bewildered, lost in an entanglement of vicious tangents. Fear sweat has a different kind of smell to the norm. I should know, for I have smelt both, not necessarily in equal proportions, for I live with the dread of constant fear as I spend what seems to be my entire life darting frantically from shadow to shadow. Such is my suffering, I believe there is no cure. For years I have been lingering in the pit of limbo, but life seems to have quickened since reaching the rapids before the final waterfall. I'm getting old, and there is no man-made dam that can stop it. The water has long passed under the bridge and will now run its course to find its true level as it joins the open sea. To the best of my knowledge, I have done nothing seriously wrong. I have caused no intentional suffering, my crimes more likely than not being conflicts of conscience that, like everyone else, I sometimes get wrong. I do not deserve purgatory. Surely that is reserved for only the most heinous of criminals. My indiscretions are in no way villainous, more born of naivety, are done when occasionally I buckle at the knees, giving in to fear, or simply born of my wish to appease. So I ask myself, why? Why me? Why every day of my life must I live in constant fear, and live with this awful anxiety, like I'm guilty of doing something horribly wrong? Why is it me that must bear the loneliness of the dark hours, listening to the mind-numbing tick of my 8 clocks for my only company? Why is it that my stomach churns and jitters like I'm under the blade of a guillotine? Why am I guilty without trial or legal charge? Surely, if I'm guilty of anything, it can only be naivety, because I know my soul is not corrupted, as is my heart, a reflection of that soul. It's hard to keep the lid on my sufferings. You can't stop a leaking dam with just one finger. And how do I begin to tell those who matter, those who profess to care, tell me they are there to help me, when at every junction they threaten to zap me and shock me into submission? Zap, 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 until I scream, enough, enough is enough is enough. And can I ever make them realize that I am the bloody victim?